You want to make sure that you have your craft dialed in and that you go in confident. But there are tons of opportunities in Connecticut for theater, for sure. So, yeah, let's start there.
Yeah, I'll double or triple or quadruple down on the whole opportunity meets preparedness equals success. So yeah, prepare yourself as much as possible and then meet a lot of cool people. As far as getting my start, again, theater. I think I started singing early on at church too. If anyone goes to church and they do church choir, singing was my sort of conduit into this world. My first audition was singing. My first person who ever cast me is right there at the end of that table.
Hi!
Leah.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And yeah, so theater and singing and music and choir. I was such a big choir nerd. Is anyone in choir?
Choir.
Yeah.
I was in choir.
Choir. And you're learning, you're training your voice, and singing and choir, that's a form of acting. You're conveying a message and a feeling and an emotion. Especially if you were in show choir like me. What? Yeah. Yeah, and musical theater and all of that jazz. But yeah, networking, theater, acting.
Jazz.
Your turn. Jazz. Dance. All of it, yeah.
I like jazz. I'm meme trash. I started, I'd say my earliest beginnings, my dad tells me I used to copy SpongeBob in front of the TV, just his mannerisms and his voices. But from there, I from a little different path, I actually started doing online voice acting before anything else, and then I got to theater from there. But musical theater and theater, I don't wish to say in a PG setting, but yeah. Two words: Rocky Horror. But yeah, Shadowcasts are really fun. But these guys pretty much covered it. To get into this, acting is a really important step. So take a lot of workshops, take a lot of acting classes, go online, see what has the best Yelp review. If you're ever in California, Charlie Adler's a great teacher. But yeah, anybody can do this if they try hard enough, I'd say.
What was the question? How did I get started? I don't even know what I'm doing here. I was friends with Ian Sinclair in college, so do that. No, it's true. I was studying to be an electrical engineer, and that didn't pan out, so this was my backup. It's true. I was on a full academic scholarship for engineering. I was a crap engineer.
You know what I don't want? Money.
Yeah, my college roommate, he has a wife and a house. It's terrible. What's a house? Home ownership is overrated. Yeah, do theater, do anything you can, unless you have a burning desire to have people pay attention to you all the time. Find something else to do. I remember when I was a kid, I really wanted to work at Blockbuster until I finally got the chance to, and it ruined Blockbuster for me. So there's a difference between a passion and a job, so make sure you don't destroy your soul by trying to identify yourself financially with something like this. Unless you wake up every morning, it's the only thing that you can do. My passion was theater, especially Shakespeare. Shameless plug, if you want to know how to be an actor and be the most talented person in the world, come to my raunchy Shakespeare panel at 5:15 p.m. I'll tell you all the secrets. But I did a lot of studying. Some of the most useful studying I did was, there's an intensive in Boston, Massachusetts called Shakespeare and Company.
I know people who work there.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you name it?
Oh,
it's not later.
I don't
I like it. Just got here. It was founded by a woman named Tina Packer, who was on Doctor Who, but back when it was in black and white. What? But she was a contemporary of a woman named Kristen Linklater, who developed the Linklater method, which can be super useful for voice training, amongst other things. There's a book called Freeing the Natural Voice, so if nothing else, go pick up that book and read some stuff. Yeah, online things, classes, all that jazz. That's all. They said everything that needs to be said.
My question's actually for Joel. This kind of teeters on ADR and voice acting. I notice a lot of ADRs, particularly in Funimation, they will insert themselves into the show. I just wanted to know what's the process of that, at least for you.
For a director putting themselves in a show as an
Yes.
actor? The first time that it happened to me was not my choice. It was Colleen Clinkenbeard was supposed to be the original director for Initial D, and so she ran auditions and cast the show, but then was pulled off to go work on something else. So she cast me as the lead, talked to me, and then was like, "Hey, I've got to go do this other thing, so you're directing yourself and you're the lead. Go." And I hated it. It's not fun. You need somewhere, at least early on, you need someone to help you kind of identify what's good and what's bad. And so, like, my engineer would get furious with me because we'd be on, like, take 14 of an open mouth notice reaction. And he's like, "Dude, we got it. Like, move on." But I typically try not to put myself in series. Mike McFarlane cast me as Kuma in One Piece, which I've had to direct myself on a few times as well. I try to keep myself out of series unless something pops up. Like if I'm reviewing an episode and we find out that, oh my god, there are these 3 bit characters that we didn't record because they were missed in the translation or something like that. So then I'm not in the series, so I can just pop in and do a couple of those guys myself. However, every once in a while, have you guys seen Good Luck Girl, Bimbo Gamiga? With Colleen Clinkenbeard and Marina Valencia, one of the best performances those guys have ever done. It was awesome. Great show, really flew under the radar, but really, really funny. But I, again, was intentionally not casting myself because I was directing with folks on that part. But then there's a character introduced named Ibuki, the god of poop. I'm like, nobody else is touching this. This is mine. But yeah, most directors try not to put themselves in stuff. However, with broadcast dubs, because we're doing stuff at this rocket fast pace, and you guys are aware of broadcast dubs, right?
Yep.
Please,
Yeah.
God, we're not working this hard for nothing. All right, yeah. So like we're doing an episode a week every week as it's being released in Japan. Sometimes as little as 2 weeks after it comes out. And so because of that, that's why Afia, you and I, who worked together as co-directors on Assassination Classroom, we both kind of picked out roles for each other. Because with this rocket fast pace and 34 kids in the classroom that were introduced in the first episode, and then other characters that are piled on top of that, we wanted to make sure that if if a character only had 2 or 3 lines in an episode, we were always there. So that's why we chose to do that. But for the most part, most directors, I would say, try not to cast themselves, if for no other reason than it kind of looks bad. Yeah, it happens.
You just gave me a perfect segue.
Hey.
Hi. I love broadcast dubs. I grew up with waiting and waiting and waiting for dubs, so this is perfect. Could you go into, actually everybody here who works Texas, Funimation, looks like maybe Australia even. Can you go into sort of the difference in the process in prepping and working this sort of simul-dub schedule versus, from the acting and even since some of you guys have done ADR directing and scripting.
Well, one of the first things that we did, our first broadcast dub, more or less, was Space Dandy. Because, for those of you who don't know, Space Dandy actually came out in English on Toonami several hours before the original Japanese came out. And so it was happening simultaneously, and if anybody came out first, it was kind of us. Not saying we're the original or anything, they definitely did all the hard work, but we kind of did that as a test to see if we could do it. Is it possible to record an episode as they're recording an episode in Japan and not miss anything and not have any kind of backfires and stuff? And we found out that after Space Dandy was released both seasons, I wouldn't change a thing about it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever worked on. I'm really, really proud of it. Me and Zach Bolton got to split the series, and so we both got to direct. And I was lucky enough to play Meow, and it was just a blast from beginning to end. And once that was over, it was, don't get me wrong, it was nuts. But once it was over, we all kind of decided, I think we could maybe do this. Like, I think we can push the industry forward. And we did. And we're still doing that.